community of Fairfax. How are we doing today? All right. So I am going to invite you to stand as you are comfortable and able and join me in singing Expression. And this is a call and response. So I'll sing something and you sing it after me. Feel free to move however you want to. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. A beautiful expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. Right time, right place, an expression of the Spirit. I'm fabulous, I got it, an expression of the Spirit. I'm fabulous, I got it, an expression of the Spirit. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. All right.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Unity Center for Education. I am Kaylon Taylor-Clark, and I am your platform assistant, although it says Sue Correa. We've switched me out and adding me in. And so I just want to say thank you all for being here. I don't have a script here, but I want to just note that.
You put another script? Only the second part.
That's all good.
Oh.
So we're just going to go with the flow, right? Everybody, we're ready? So thank you all so very much for being here. We might wait for a moment, okay? No? Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with something that I had wanted to share with everybody. This is Spirit in Action, everybody. So, today is very special for me because I get to share with you all, and I don't know if you knew that I'd been traveling around. I know Reverend Russ outed me a couple of weeks ago and said that I had been in Nigeria, and I was going to share my experience today, and so it's my hope while we get things together this morning that I can, in fact, do that. I wanted to start, though, by sharing what today actually is and what it means. I will be going today to the UN General Assembly for my job. But if all of you don't know, today is the International Day of Peace, which was also officially known as World Peace Day. It's a United Nations sanctioned holiday which takes place every September 21st. And it's dedicated to world peace, and specifically the absence of war and violence, such as might be occasioned by a temporary ceasefire in a combat zone, or aid for humanitarian aid and access. The day was first established in 1981 and first observed in 1982, and is kept by many nations, political groups, military groups, and people. So it's a segue for me to share my story about what I got to do this summer, and I hope that you all will enjoy the story as well. And I hope that the pictures will come up so I can even show you visually what we got to see. So, home has been something I've been thinking a lot about lately, mostly because I've been traveling so much for a job that I absolutely love, but I end up in many different hotel rooms wondering where I am, what room I'm in, never mind what city I'm in or country even that I'm in. It's a constant feeling that can kind of be unsettling. But I've also thought a lot about home because I miss my mom lately. And especially when I've been, okay, we can do that.
There you go.
Thank you. Especially when I've been faced with some of the doozies that we've all been faced with over the past couple of years. I know you've got people that you miss sometimes. And it makes me think I'm missing home. And so it's brought me more on an intentional path. Oh, this is a great picture. This has brought me more on an intentional path to understand home. What does it mean? And where do I find it? So I mentioned I traveled to Abuja and Lagos, Nigeria this summer for my job. I run social impact and sustainability for a large life science company. And as part of my job, I am charged with a very large program that is trying to end maternal mortality globally. It turns out that Nigeria, and this is an aside, but Nigeria has 20% of the maternal mortality rate globally, one country, 20% of the maternal mortality rate globally. But I digress. The reason that we needed to be there was that we needed to bring people together. We needed to bring different stakeholders across various sectors together, and it was my job to do that. So you see that I'm in the center as the head of the thing, but we had about 12 partners there talking about how we're going to address maternal morbidity and mortality in the country of Nigeria, with the idea that if we can get to the most vulnerable in this world, we're going to be able to get to the rest of us. Amen. And so that was part of my journey there. And I wanted to share this because we went around the room and it was really funny. And you can see I look a little different than the rest of them, although my team is to my left there. And we went around the room and we were asked to offer, what is your title, and give us a fun fact about you. And my fun fact, which I thought was very fun, was that I had just had my DNA done. And it turns out, if you've ever had your DNA done, while it can be changed over time with more people in the system, I'm over 40% Nigerian. And I must tell you, and I'm actually half black and half white American, but I didn't know that I was over 40% Nigerian, so I got to say this to the folks in the room. And the jubilation that came out of all their mouths, Omawale is the name that means the child has come home. Amen. And I felt that it had been divinely appointed to me because I've been, as I told you, thinking a lot about home. I've been thinking a lot about my path in Unity, and some of you may know that I started in Unity about 8 years ago, or 10 years ago now, actually, and I really didn't think a path would be to be a licensed Unity teacher, or even more, a minister. And yet, here I get to stand before you and have a message to give. And it occurred to me that since I was going to be on this path of unity and thinking about where to go and what I wanted to do with this movement, I asked Reverend Russ, well, what could we do? And he said, I have an idea. He always has an idea. His crazy ideas. He said,
I don't want anyone to be bored.
Yeah, no, there's no boredom here. He said, why don't you meet with the senior ministers of Unity in Nigeria? And I thought, really? We can do that? Well, in fact, we can. And so in Abuja, I don't know if we have another picture. So in Abuja, I got to meet with Reverend Patience, who's there on the left-hand side. That's Reverend Gloria on the right-hand side. And the first day I arrived in Abuja, we celebrated Reverend Patience's birthday. We didn't even know it was going to be her birthday. And in our celebration, we prayed with one another, affirming our gratitude for our oneness. Coming from all the places of the world from which we come, we sat there for that purpose, for that day, the purpose of knowing the truth that belies the foundation of our unity movement, that love is all there is if we as a life form are to survive. So we must understand our humanity, and I say celebrate our differences, not admonish them because we don't understand. We need to learn, and we need to lean in. It's important now more than ever that we lean in. Well, we had a magnificent time together. We enjoyed singing happy birthday, we enjoyed celebrating, and most of all, we enjoyed the idea that we were one and that we felt home with each other, even though we'd just met. And perhaps the best aspect of my time was actually the notes that I got afterward. And I wanted to read you just a quick excerpt of a note from Reverend Patience after our dinner together, because it really summed up how I feel and how so many of us feel about being part of this community. She wrote to me, "Dear Dr. Kaylan," I am a doctor, "we are home. What a divine evening it was, one I will cherish for a long time. It was more than a dinner. It was a sacred meeting of hearts. This experience reminded us of the beauty of walking the unity path with others who carry light and compassion. I'm grateful our paths crossed in such a meaningful way, and I hold this connection as something precious and spirit-led. With the full heart, Reverend Patience Berapele. This was the essence of my meetings with our unity community, remembering our light and coming from love, coming home." We can go to the next slide maybe. And later in Lagos, I asked Reverend Akinsola, who's one of the lead ministers in Lagos, he said whether, I wanted to get more philosophical, right? So we were very spirit-led in that first meeting that we had, but I know that unity is a movement of thought. And so I said, I wanted to better understand from his perspective whether he saw unity as a religious Christian movement or whether the movement was meant to be a way of thinking, true new thought. And his response was easy. And what I will say when asked during my own ordination, he said, unity is not just a religion. We are not just a way of thinking. It's simply love. Love is where it begins and where it ends. And I would submit to you that unity is indeed love. And it's also having faith and understanding that in this life, divine order is in all things, and that the power of our will and strength of our zeal and elimination of that which does not serve us leads to wisdom and knowledge here on earth. But at the beginning and the end, there will be love. Where we find and feel love and loved is where we indeed have home. Please turn to your neighbor and tell them you're home. Reverend Akinsola also taught me a new line for the prayer of protection, which I want to share with all of you. We will say the prayer of protection later, but I wanted to share this because it meant so much to add just one line to that prayer. And he said, "The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The substance of God fulfills all our needs. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well." And that's the truth. So now back to logistics. Welcome to Unity of Fairfax Spiritual Center for Education, Practice, and Service. As I said, I am Kaylan Taylor-Clark, very, very pleased to be your platform assistant today with Reverend Russell Highland and the musical talents of our Director of Music and Arts, Amy Conley, and the Voices of Unity Chorus today. I also want to thank Lee Cusick and Sam Lee serving our AV needs, and Ann McKenzie on live stream. Thank you, Ann. So whether you are here in person or watching online, I invite you to affirm out loud the unity of Fairfax vision and mission statement, which I hope is on the slide behind me. Together, we envision a world of peace, abundance, and respect for all creation, our mission. Aligned with the indwelling Christ, we co-create a world that works for everyone. Let us take a pause for a moment to breathe in the depth and the breadth of those words. Thank you. Now, if you are watching online and are in the local area, we encourage you to join us in person. Gathering as an inclusive spiritual community is a blessing we can all share, and that includes our youth. Youth programs from nursery through high school are available every Sunday, concurrent with this service in the education wing of the building. If this is your first time with us and you feel comfortable, would you please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you? We're all old friends here, I see. Very good. When you came in, you should have received a welcome packet for those of you who didn't feel like raising your hands if you are new. And we invite you to complete it and leave it in the offering box or with any of our staff members. Now, if you may, please join me in our opening prayer affirmation. The words are on the screen behind me. Together. God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am ever one with this perfection. And now I hope that I will be able to share the daily word, which I do not have here, but I can get it. Please stand by. Yes. Thank you. So appropriately, today's daily words are world peace. And the statement is, I bless the world with thoughts of peace. Together. I bless the world with thoughts of peace. The word shalom is synonymous with the word peace, but it means more than an absence of war and conflict. Shalom, appearing so frequently in the Bible, is also used to affirm wholeness and well-being. True, lasting well-being requires the kind of peace known by living in alignment with God. Anchored in peace, people are less likely to be in conflict and more likely to appreciate that the beautiful planet Earth offers goodness and abundance for all. When I pray for a peaceful world, I pray shalom for myself and for each person of every land to have their needs met. To know lasting well-being for themselves and their families, to live in harmony and to work toward our common good. And from the word, and a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace for those who make peace. James 3:18. And now Mara Rodriguez will say the palabra diaria.
Buenos días, Unity. La palabra diaria para hoy domingo 21 de septiembre del 2025 es paz mundial. I will read the affirmation, then I invite you to repeat after me. Bendigo al mundo con pensamientos de paz. Together, bendigo al mundo con pensamientos de paz. La palabra shalom es sinónimo de paz, pero su significado va más allá de la simple ausencia de conflictos. Frecuentemente en la Biblia, shalom también representa plenitud, bienestar y armonía. Este bienestar profundo y duradero surge de vivir en alineación con lo divino. Cuando la paz habita en el corazón, es menos probable que surjan conflictos y más probable que se valore la bondad y la abundancia que nos ofrece nuestro hermoso planeta. Al orar por un mundo pacífico, afirmo, Shalom, para mí y para cada persona en cada nación. Vea satisfechas sus necesidades, experimente bienestar duradero, viva en armonía y contribuya al bien común. Bendigo al mundo con pensamientos de paz. De la Biblia, Santiago 3:18. Y el fruto de la justicia se siembra en paz para los que trabajan por la paz. La palabra diaria de hoy es paz mundial. Shalom.
Meditation is a part of all of our services here at Unity, and I invite you to settle into your chairs as we prepare for meditation, singing the chant, "If Love is Why I'm Here." My keyboard likes to shut itself off occasionally. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive.
As we move into our time of meditation this morning, just let me share that there is no if. Love is why we are all here. We are all here to be the love of Spirit in expression. And in the cacophony that we find ourselves sometimes in the world with the news and the noise, we recognize the importance of going within to that sacred place of connection and communion with the living Spirit of truth within. And ironically, we do that individually and at the same time collectively. So just as each one of us closes our eyes and allows our bodies to relax, our community, all of us gathered here in person and online, are doing the same. Closing out the outer world and grounding ourselves in the awareness and the deep knowing that not only is love why we are here, love is the truth of who we are. I know many of us will hear words like that and immediately find every justification for why that is not so. Thinking about the things we may have said or done or didn't say or didn't do that fell short of a golden standard. And it can even happen as a community. Love allows us to release and forgive and let go the thoughts that don't serve. Love allows us to release and transform regret into lessons well learned that we don't need to repeat. Love allows us to find peace at any moment as we take a deep and gentle breath and remind ourselves that we are love incarnate, growing in our capacity to express and be this love freely, easily, gently, passionately, powerfully. So as we move into the silence for a few moments, we just allow ourselves to connect with love's infinite power in our minds, hearts, bodies, and spirits. As we begin to bring our awareness back to this time and this space, I invite you to take a deep and gentle breath. And you may wish to wiggle your fingers or toes and give thanks for this practice that is at once individual and communal. This practice of reminding ourselves that love is why we are here. This practice that reminds us we do not love alone. This practice that reminds us on this day of peace that love fuels our commitment to being instruments of peace and healing in the world. Love is why we are here. Peace be with you, and love as well. Amen.
If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give and receive.
Amy, I think we need a church roadie or two. It'd come in handy. How about... Let's give it up for the Unity Chorus. I want to invite Jenny Dyson to come forward. And as she is, we are having a beautiful and a special divine order kind of day here at Unity of Fairfax. And that makes perfect sense because we are celebrating the 69th birthday of Unity of Fairfax this Sunday. And this message that Kaylon introduced us to of coming home is so powerful because home is more than just this exact place, and yet this exact place nurtures us and cradles us. And whether you move to Delaware or to Puerto Rico, or you're traveling around the world saving women's lives, this is home. Home also is in the mountains of West Virginia. And so I've asked Jenny Dyson to come forward to the microphone and explain what this is and why exactly were you not at church last week, young lady?
I was definitely playing hooky last week. So I was curious here today how many people have never been to Capon Springs. If you don't mind raising your hand. Okay, good. Everyone, if you have been, look around and remind yourself who hasn't been and maybe tell them a little bit what you found magical at Capon. So who has been to Capon? If you keep your hand up, if you've only been to Capon Springs with Unity. If you've only been, or if you've been on your own as well, or maybe never been with Unity but have been on your own. That was me before I came to this congregation. And then one more time, if you keep your hand up, if you day trip to go to the spa or get water. Yes, okay, my people. All right. Last week we had a lovely retreat that was framed as an artful retreat, and it certainly was. There were 3 congregations that came together, Unity of Fairfax, Unity of Gaithersburg, and Unity of Washington, D.C. And I'd like to thank the leadership team of who helped pull this together. Reverend Sylvia Sumter, Reverend Dr. Edith Washington Woods, Reverend Russell Highland, our own Reverend, Reverend Cheryl McCullough, Bowman Kell, shout out Bowman, Raquel Robertson Fry, and Keith Mounts all were critical, as well as I know the Unity of Fairfax Planning and Retreat team also participated. But honestly, we had such a light lift, all of us, because he's not a reverend, but Tim Kime was our facilitator for the weekend, and you may have had the chance to hear him speak twice at Unity ahead of the retreat, and they were both wonderful presentations. The artwork that Reverend Russ put up here is not so much about the outcome as it is about the process of getting there. This was a collective exercise. There were a number of them. This one represents about 8 different opportunities to create a collage of things together. Mostly there were individual triumphs, including like overcoming fear, or I'm not artful, or I want to do it all myself, and I'm struggling with this, but I guess I have to do this with everyone else. And when you think about an artful retreat, you might think about a result like this, but there are other kinds of art, the art of song, the art of dance, the art of listening, the art of hearing, that's redundant, the art of sharing one-on-one with people. So we had observations to do all that, including hearing an original song from one of the congregational members who participated. We had opportunities for dancing, which is another form of art, but mostly it was about fellowship and being together, and again, the wonderful facilitation of Tim Kime and the the opportunity to meet amazing people and have fellowship in an incredible location that is just magical on its own. So I hope that anyone who's never been has a chance to go again with or without Unity. And I hope that the next time Unity of Fairfax plans something, that a lot of us can go, because it's definitely a worthwhile visit out there. So thank you.
There's a word I want to share with you today on this, our anniversary. And we've been talking about it, we've been living into it, we've been giving it shape and form all morning, and Unity of Fairfax has been doing for the last 69 years. And that word is community. I love words, and as somebody who studied Latin for 4 years in high school, I really loved words with a Latin root. And so I looked up the word community because I couldn't recall what is the origin of the word community. Well, the first part, C-O-M, comes from the Latin meaning with, and the second part is from the Latin word munus, M-U-N-U-S. Anybody know what that word means in Latin? Those are nice tries. The word was like city or municipality. No, the word munus in Latin means task. So a community or a group verb tense, that's kind of an alignment. A community is a group, it's a collective singular, that's what I was trying to say, is a community of people who have come together for a shared task. We've already sung about it and meditated about it. That task is love. I almost leaned over to Amy and said the unthinkable. We need to change a word in this song. You know, the meditation song, If Love Is Why I'm Here. And the word I would have changed is if to since. Since love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. Love is one of our core values here at Unity of Fairfax. Love takes a lot of different forms. Sometimes love is easy and gentle. Sometimes love needs to be firm and tough, and it is still love. And so when I was thinking about a variety of different experiences we've addressed today, I thought this is what our task is, why we have come together. And Kaylon shared so beautifully. I mean, her professional work task is to make sure people are healthy and thrive, especially those at the farthest margins, and yet was able to leverage her experience of going to Nigeria to meet with the rest of our tribe, the rest of our community, our Unity in Nigeria community, to talk about and share about what are we really about. And as Reverend Akinsola told her, we are here to love, to bring together, to heal, to strengthen, to fortify, not to divide, not to separate, not to tear down. We are here to love. And when we were up at Capon Springs last week with our brothers and sisters from Gaithersburg and Washington, D.C., we came together, yes, to create art and to retreat, but the magic happened at dinner. The magic happened when we were silently working together. The magic happened when folks were playing silly introduction games, realizing, oh, we are here to love one another. The magic happens every single time we gather here, whether it's in person, online, on a Zoom class, in a small group. Whatever activity we're doing, we're pulling weeds. It's because love is fueling us and guiding us to engage and participate and connect and commune. And it is so rich and rewarding, and you get those letters. Even Mara, who presented the Daily Word today, was just at a group of Unity leaders meeting in Puerto Rico. I got the pictures, I know. It doesn't have to be hard. And when we look at the world today and all the divisiveness for this reason or that reason, and this person spewing this venom and this one spewing that venom, and it's just like, no, that is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. We are here to love one another. And sometimes it's not so easy. But that is our task. That's why we've come together. That's why we come together to remind each other. And that always begins with ourselves to recognize where we might have warring pieces in our own minds or being, to recognize what those are, to release the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs that don't serve, and that's a process, but it's doable, and it's a lifelong process. As they say in some circles, it's a process, not perfection, and it's doable. And we can do that in the world. I wanted today's message to be about that, to just be about the reminder, ultimately, that God is love, and that God is a community. I sometimes say to people, especially when we're on a Zoom meeting or something, look at the screen and see how God is showing up today. And when Kaylon asked everybody to turn around to your neighbor and say, welcome home, what she was really saying was, look to see how God is showing up today. And you can realize, wow, regardless whatever the facts are, I see love, I feel love, I give love. And that's why I've come together with my community. Because some of us today are struggling mightily and need that love. And some of us are so high on top of the world, we got so much love to give, we can't stand it. The important thing is that we stay in the flow and remember, we're here for each other. We're here for the world. So let's be about our task. Love is why we're here. Happy 69th anniversary, Unity of Fairfax. Mildred Park, your baby is 69 years old. Peace be with you.
Us for that. And thank you all for listening to my story about community and about our global community of unity. We invite you to support this ministry through your continued financial support. There are several ways, of course, to do this, which are noted on the screen behind me, or you can place your offering in the box in the back of the sanctuary. If you have any questions about using our new One Church online platform or the app, please ask a staff member. Is Steve Markham, is Steve here? I thought I saw him. There he is. Hi, Steve. To show you how easy it can be to use. I invite you to hold your gifts in your heart as we affirm together, both in person and at home, our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I choose to give, and all that I am open to receive. Namaste. Let's do one more round of applause for these folks. Thank you so much. So now, Rev, it's time for community news.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's time for a party, which you all know, or may know, I love to do. So stay after service today, although I can't because I've got to go to this Washington Commanders game with my son who's turning 13.
And then to the UN.
And then to the UN after
You have
that.
very full days.
It's a full day
Kaylon.
today. It's a full day. But please stay with us for a potluck lunch as we celebrate the 69th anniversary of Unity of Fairfax. Even if you didn't bring something, please stay and make sure I'm sure there'll be plenty of food to go
There
around.
always is.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to celebrate another member of our Unity family. So the Unity Worldwide Ministries Grace Note Award recognizes an individual for their outstanding and lifetime contributions to New Thought music, a genre of music that aligns with Unity's principles. The award is presented annually by the Unity Worldwide Ministries music team and celebrates artists who contribute to spiritual renewal and upliftment through their music, supportive New Thought music, and leadership. So tomorrow, on September 22nd, our very own Carol Tomhave will receive the Grace Note Award. Yay, let's give it up for Carol. The ceremony will be live streamed at about 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The address is on the screen, and we will definitely share it on our Facebook page.
That will be great. The sages of all ages will have a discussion on the let them theory, popularized by Mel Robbins, that focuses on releasing the need to control other people's behavior. Anybody have that? And to instead channel that energy into your own growth and well-being. The sages meet on Wednesdays at 12:30 following the noon meditation.
All right, I'm going to invite Millicent Eubanks, our second chair of our Unity of Fairfax Board of Trustees, to come and share with you some information that you will love to hear.
Yay.
Yay, Millicent.
You want to?
Oh, I got a kiss. You didn't.
So this is really a special place. It seems like every day I'm reminded of how much I need Unity of Fairfax. And I think, speaking as the second chair of the board, I can assure you that every member on our Board of Trustees is deeply committed to making certain not only that we're taking care of the church today, but that we also have a vision that extends the reach of this ministry out years. So 100 years from now, when we're not even here, the fact that I'm going to be in Spain. I don't know where you'll be. No, we want to make sure that this ministry continues to be a guiding light and a point of light in the world that needs it so much. And so I think that makes it, really important to let you know what our why is and interacting with each other and looking at the financial and health of the church. So with that as an introduction, Big Miracles, okay? Big Miracles is our annual auction and the board's primary fundraising vehicle. And so we've put a lot of effort into making certain that this year's auction is going to be fabulous. We have arranged a wonderful team, Steve Markham, Chastity, Amy Conley, Rob Chavez, who is just amazing, Matt Hultree, Sony Wise keeps us all straight. It's been a wonderful team, and we're delighted to tell you that next Sunday the bidding is going to go live. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, but I can be a procrastinator. So one of the things I've been meaning to do is add a dinner. Hasn't gotten at it, but it's not too late. We're going to be over in the corner of the atrium after services, and so if there's anything that you've been thinking that you wanted to contribute to this year's auction, please do. We can help you fill out the forms if you, quietly as it's kept, if you give me your form, I'll enter it for you myself. Okay? You'll get an email confirming your gift, and we'll look forward to having you there. Now, on the other hand, if you think you'd just like to make a contribution, we'll accept cash contributions as well.
Amen.
So I don't know if you've had a chance to actually go into the auction. You can, from Unity of Fairfax, from our homepage, you can enter the big auction or the Big Miracles auction website to be a bidder, a donor. And so if you haven't done that, please also do that. Go in and make sure that you're in the system and can actually bid as the bidding goes live. Once Auctria becomes operational, when the bidding is live, you're going to see a thermometer that will show you our cash goal for this event is $25,000. It's an ambitious goal. It's
Doable.
It's doable, but that's what you want. You want goals that make you stretch. And this one will make us stretch it, but it'll also be almost double to what we did last year. And last year, we did something new, and that was to encourage our congregants to have conversations with the merchants that they patronize. And so I think most of my merchants are getting tired of me. But my dentist did make a contribution, so I think that, this is something that we'll probably be looking to expand. As you go in, you'll see that there are wonderful gift-worthy items and experiences that everyone can enjoy, and we look forward to you being a bidder and a donor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Millicent. Thanks to the team.
Thank you, Millicent. So bidding will open next Sunday, so get registered to the site and you will be ready to start shopping. Thank you. Earth Care is holding a planning meeting on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to noon in the church library. Whether you are an Earth Care member, an Adopt-a-Spotter, a Workday volunteer, or just curious about Earth Care, this meeting is for you. We are bringing together everyone to brainstorm ideas and map out projects for next year. Join us whether you are interested in preserving nature, conserving resources, advocacy, or all of the above. Whether you like to be involved in every Earth Care activity or prefer to participate once or twice a year, we'd love to hear from you. So there will be also refreshments, which is always
Yeah,
a
food
pull.
bribe.
Yeah.
Total food bribe.
Total.
So the Social Justice Team is hosting the National Constitution Center, a nonpartisan organization that brings people together from all points of view to learn about and discuss the U.S. Constitution. They will show a short video and lead a Q&A about the separation of powers on Sunday, October 5th at 12:30 p.m. Also, sign-ups are available now for our small group series. We're doing small groups based on the music of Denise Rosier. We have 5 groups total. 1 is already closed. We have group leaders from 3 of the groups with us today. Nina Gibson will be leading a group with Bowman Kell. Fran Patchett will be leading a group. Sam Lee will be leading a group, and Reverend Todd in North Carolina is leading a group. You can sign up online in the portal, or there's paper sign-ups in the atrium on one of the tables by one of the columns. This series starts on October 5th. We've never done a music-themed Unity Awakening Fall series. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. And
Very
you don't
good.
have to buy a book.
Yeah.
Just listen to the music.
I love that. A big thank you to our Unity of Fairfax military veterans. Are any of you in here today? Can you raise your hands if so? Thank you. Thank you so much for your service. But we're also grateful for you having provided the funding for our new flagpole, so thank you. The old one was bent by the high winds, and so the new one is 25 feet tall, commercial grade, and we just want to say thank you again, veterans.
All right, hospitalities today is provided by the Unity Course, the Youth of Unity, and all of you. So please talk to Amy about being in the chorus or a roadie, or if you have some other musical talent we're not yet aware of, and she will hook you up.
All right, in prayer?
And, prayer is the heart and soul of the Unity Movement. So you'll see prayer resources on the screen. My personal favorite one today is Anita Hartley, our prayer chaplain. She's got a Groupon for 2-for-1 prayer. No prayer requests too big or too small. So thank you, Anita. And now I would like to invite our children to come forward. Let's find out a little bit what happened in Sunday school today.
Very fun.
All right, who is our reporter today? All right. You want to let us know what happened and hold the microphone close.
Today we talked about a prayer that was brought to the moon.
Wow.
What's it called?
The prayer for protection. And that prayer was from Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin brought it to the moon. So we're going to give a little demonstration. Ready? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Amen. Carter? It's on.
And if you want to, we're going to do it again. And if you would like to, stand up as you're comfortable and able, and do it with us.
Thank you, Carter. All right.
The light of God
Surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us.
Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.
That's the truth. All right. Well, since you're standing, we're going to sing together our peace song, and then we're going to grab some lunch.
Very good.
There. And let's do that prayer for protection. It's a slightly different version one more time. At the light of God shine. Love of God we embrace. As the power of God we stand in truth. As the presence of God we radiate love. Wherever we are, God is, and all is. If you haven't already done so, greet your neighbor and let's get some lunch. Thanks, everybody. Yes. Oh, thank you. So what I was saying is I've wanted to shake things up and do things, and it's perfect.
We shook it.
We don't have the
Thank
Spanish
you.
just then because Mara was online. And we didn't have any of our regular printouts.
Divine Love, which is God.
No,
Sanctuary Foundation, and we help support and
Yes, sir.